All right, we back. What's good, everybody? Got another big pot to go over here, another $1,000 pot. Let's take a look at how this one goes down. Hope everybody's having a good fucking day out here. Let's go to the replay. Starts off, got pocket jacks here in the small blind. Jesus up at the top, raises to 1125. We got Moto Hootie over there. I guess whatever that is, he calls as well. So when it comes over to me with pocket jacks, I'm obviously going to go for a raise here. I decide to bump it to 46, just over a 4x raise. Want to protect my hand and certainly just go from there, especially with the pocket jacks. Jesus at the top of the screen there, after it goes around him, he simply shoves all in, all 500 bucks of his stack. He had just joined the game relatively recently there. So he shoves all in for 500 bucks. Moto over there folds, and it's on me. So I have a real decision here to make. Obviously, I could be dominated by queens, kings, or aces. But typically, in a situation like that, if you have queens, kings, or aces, you're probably going to want to do a re-raise to about 120 or 140, something like that. You don't want to just go all in because that obviously gives me the ability to get off the hand. If I'm on ace king or ace 10 or a hand like that, I'm just simply going to be folding a large percentage of the time. So if I think he had aces or kings, I would expect him to bump it to maybe 140, 160, 120, somewhere in that range. So the fact that he is simply just shipping all in, I really put him only on ace king. I don't think he would do this with ace queen, and maybe he would do this with pocket tens if he thinks I'm on ace king, or a hand like that. So I think it's possible he could have tens and he wants to get me off ace king, but I'd say 80% I think he's on ace king right now. I don't expect him to do this with kings or aces. So I take a second to think about it. It's 454 for me to call most of my stack here. I do consider folding, but based on the fact that he goes all in, I think it's much more likely he has ace king. So after I think about it for a while, I do decide to make the call here. We go all in. So the pot's just over $1,000. He turns over his cards and he's got ace king. So I am the favorite. Obviously, in these situations, it's simply a flip. When you play poker all the time, you know that this situation it's like 50-50. I've got the better percentage at 57%, but really it's about 50-50, and it just depends on if you hit your cards. Flop goes 3 queen 8 with 2 clubs on the board there, so looking pretty good for us so far. Like I said, you gotta get lucky with these flips to do well over and over, but it is going to be 50-50 proposition. The turn is the queen of hearts, so no ace, no king, and then the river is the ace of spades. Dagger punch for us in the gut there. So Jesus up at the top of the screen with his ace king takes over a pot of just over $1,000. The ace from space, as Tony G would say, never a doubt, does come through on the river. So Jesus takes home just over a pot of $1,000 here. It was a bit of a gut punch for me. Gonna hop back in, see if we can win another flip or get our money in good and make that back. Thought I played it right. Definitely got the money in good, and Jesus ends up winning that flip. But another big pot, and let's see if we can get this shit back.